Hello, Ellen.
Hi, Ellen.
Hi, how are you ladies doing?
Excellent.
Good, thank you.
Well, first of all, I want to say congratulations, Jennie, on your pregnancy. That's
Thank you.
exciting.
Yes, thank you.
And congratulations, Dominique, on your new book coming out. You guys both have some great things going on for you right now.
Thank you. Yes, lots of great stuff.
Well, I wanted to talk to both of you about being moms and athletes, how you balance that with having kids, with having athletics be a big part of your life, as well as instilling a healthy athletic lifestyle in your children.
I think, like you said, it's all about balance, and I've said this many times. I've thrown the perfection towel out. I've thrown in the towel on living this perfect life, because it's not going to happen as a parent. You have to deal with adversity and ultimately just do the best that you can. And I think too, living in the moment is so important. I know whatever I'm doing at that moment, I got to fully be into it completely. And when I'm playing with my kids, I want to give them my undivided attention and soak up that precious time that we have with them. And it's not always easy, and you feel like you're torn in every direction, just like every working mom feels like. But we're so tough, and I think too, it's throwing those negative thoughts out, not giving into those doubts, and just persevering through it. And I think every mom does it every single day. We try to win the day, and it's not about getting through this month. It's about getting through today and being the best that we can. And ultimately, it's all about our kids and putting them in a great environment and making sure that they're healthy and happy.
Well, and Dominique, how for you was it watching the Americans win the gold this year? I'm sure that brought up a lot of memories for you.
Absolutely. Watching Team USA women bring home the gold medal in women's gymnastics was so wonderful, because it's been 16 years and they can now carry on that tradition. And it's so beautiful to see it all come together. The last two Olympic cycles, Team USA, they were also the world, champions. And so they were leading into they were set up exactly like this team. And I guess third time's a charm. They finally were able to win that gold and bring it back home. And it's just an immense amount of pride. And it just kind of brings you back to that time and just remembering what it felt like, but also being able to say, this team can share it now with us. And it's just so special. And I'm very proud of these girls. They worked so hard to get to this level and to get to the Olympic Games. And I'm glad that their experience was a good one.
And Jennie, I'm sure you probably had a little bit of a different experience with the Olympics, since you worked so hard to try and keep softball in the Olympics. How was it for you seeing the Summer Games without your favorite sport there?
It's hard. It's I'm so torn, and it is bittersweet. And obviously the Olympics are something so very special, and just the spirit of the Olympic Games and everything that it represents is something so magical. And I never would want to take anything away from that. But it is bittersweet, seeing the Olympics and not seeing softball or baseball there. And it's been tough, because I know so many young athletes have that dream of wearing USA and playing softball in the Olympics. And especially being a female athlete, the opportunities only have gotten better and bigger. And now that opportunity has been taken away. And right now we're working hard. It just came out a couple weeks ago that we're joining federations with the International Baseball Federation along with the International Softball Federation. So we're combining as one to campaign, and hopefully we'll get it back in 2020.
That sounds great. And actually, on a side note, my sister-in-law played softball with you when you guys were 14 and 15.
Oh, no way.
Which is really funny. Yes, and then Dominique, I'm from Ohio, and my sister met you after the Olympics because we were supposed to see you. We were at the Atlanta Games, and our tickets got messed up, and so my parents promised her, because she was devastated, you were her favorite, that she would get to see you when you did the traveling afterwards. So when you came to town, she got to meet you, and she still has her Wheaties box with your signature on it.
Oh, so
that
cute.
was kind of fun.
What a small world, huh?
I know, right? And I was laughing because my whole family was very excited when I said I got to talk with you two in particular.
Aww.
So then just one last quick question for each of you. You have both done so much personally and with your careers, giving back to young female athletes. What is your proudest accomplishment for each of you in all that you have done?
Oh, that's a tough one. The proudest accomplishment? I think when my son was in preschool this past year, a teacher came to me, and it was just such a proud mom moment. There was a child that, she thought that he had hit my son. And ultimately, my son went to the teacher and said, he didn't do that. I don't want you to get upset at him because he didn't do that. And so he was so honest, and he came forward, and as the child was getting in trouble, he didn't want him to get in trouble because it was misrepresented. And the fact that he came forward at 3 years old and was so honest with his teachers, and his teachers told me what a great, kid he was for doing that. It just made my heart melt, because, all those values you try to instill in your children, to have that moment and for your child to do the right thing in that moment and be so young, that was totally my proud mom moment.
Oh, that's so sweet.
I think too, yes. Seeing my 5-year-old go to kindergarten for the first time, and experience school and be in that new environment, and just hear feedback from his teachers, and just seeing him interact with others, and all those things that you hope for them to be, and obviously they're kids and they're going to be kids, but just seeing them ultimately, seeing their little light shine. And even my 1-year-old, it's just such a joy each and every day to wake up and see their smiles, and just know that they're products of you, and motherhood is the best. And I think no matter what happened in my entire life, being a mother has been the greatest gift, and definitely my most proudest moment.
That's really great. Now, both of you, your kids are still very young. If they have Olympic aspirations, is that something you would encourage? Or after gone through it, you said it's a long, tough road, I'm not sure I want to do it with my child as the parent?
Well, I would never say never, but it's just not the first goal. I wouldn't say that we are, making our children, be destined to be Olympic champions or even go to the Olympics. For my husband and I, it's just a matter of balancing everything, exposing them to different sports, having them choose what they love to do. And it may not even be a sport. Ultimately, it could be music, it could be theater, it could be, acting. As long as we support and nurture their passion and let them lead the way, but we guide them in the right way, I think ultimately they'll make their decisions, and we just kind of foster that and help that environment grow for them. So I think ultimately, if they want to go to the Olympics, we'll make that decision later down the road. It's not something we need to think about as a 3- and 4-year-old, that's for sure. But later on, if it's something they choose to do and they have aspirations for it, we'll definitely help guide them in the right way and have them have the right coaching and the right environment for them to pursue that in a healthy manner.
I think too, it's been such a joy to be able to watch this Olympics with both of my boys, and seeing my 6-year-old fall in love with all these different sports, and truly the Olympics plants that seed in them of dreaming of doing big things. And I think that's what it's about, whether it be on the athletic field or in the classroom, or whatever it is, whatever their passion is, we'll be there to encourage him along the way, and both of them, whatever they decide. And ultimately, we want it to be driven and led by them, and we'll just be there as their support system.
Well, thank you, ladies, so much for your time. It was great chatting with both of you.
Nice chatting with you.
Thank you.